Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. And welcome to Greenwich Valley with Seasons. It is the middle of winter? Yeah, more or less. Third day of winter. So almost exactly in the middle of winter. And let's do a couple of things. We'll go to the map first. And we've got our canola. God, this whole map. That's all we own on this map after 60 hours, 50 hours. Oy, love this game. So our canola is growing. We didn't lose any of it to frost yet, and everything germinated. So I'm pretty happy about that when we go there. Yeah, everything germinated, everything is growing. We took care of fertilizer. So far, we took care of weeds. We've got one more layer of fert on field 32. We'll get that going in the spring. I'm going to go over here now, and our grass fields they're both triple fertilized. They're weeded, except for that little spot on field 24. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little tiny, right there. Missed it, and it's grown enough now that I can't spray it. I can't get to it. And they are both, I gotta go one more click. They are both growing. So, good stuff there. Need a sip of coffee. My voice is going already. I made it a minute and a half. So, we're gonna plow snow today. You don't really need to do this, and in fact, if we go back to this panel here, go back to this menu, we turn this off, and we go look at our animals. We haven't made any babies yet, but we've got a ton of manure. They're well fed, right? And I don't want to. You know what? I'll show you this first, and then we'll go back. So you remember we made those hay bales and those silage bales, and I wanted to make enough to last through the winter. It's the middle of winter, and we've got, I used three hay and 3 silage, right? And that's 24,000. This thing holds 24,000. It's still half full. So out of all these bales that we made, we've used 6 of them, and that will get us through the winter. So what we're looking at here is probably 2 or 3 years worth of food, even as our cows start reproducing. So I guess that means that all of our grass next year can be sold as silage. We don't really need to worry about feeding the cows. And the other reason that's sort of relevant is we're going to plow snow. We really don't need to. We could just wait till it melts. And what fun is that, right? So we're going to plow the driveway first. And you saw we had a pallet of salt in the shed there. So we're going to sort of plow this, and then we'll either grit or plow the yard proper. So, and this thing is empty right now. Our pallet of salt is in the shed. So we're going to hop in here. Let's select the plow. There we go. And I'm still getting used to this thing. We do need to unfold it. We do not need to unfold it. Okay. But we can control it. Yeah. We control it this way. No, it's got the back selected. That's not what I need. Is it this one? Is it? That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. I'm still learning this. This is the Hauer snowpack, and I'm still figuring it all out. Right. Brake is off. Everything is lifted. So we've got that, and we've got that. So I think the first way we want this to go is that way. Yeah, I think that's what we want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to move the middle, from our perspective, I'm going to try to move the middle to the left. Sir. Like so. Move the middle to the left, and then we'll back out, and we'll do that again. And we'll move what we just moved to the left, even further left, and get it completely clear of the driveway. Although, you know what? We may not have to, because we're already at the grass. I don't think we need to move that any further over. Okay. So we'll, just to be neat, we'll go back and move what's on the right to the right. But I think, yeah, okay. That works. So we're going to lift that, right? And then to swing it over, we want that. Yeah, like that. Okay. I have so many mods running. Not bragging. I'm just saying. I have so many mods running. Oh, don't hit the post. That trying to remember all the key commands is just, I can't do it. Coming out. Coming out, sir. And or ma'am. Right, so we'll drop this. And then we just want to get this last little bit cleaned up. Yeah, I find plowing snow to be surprisingly satisfying. Now, is it giants? It may be. Somebody has a ski resort simulator where you drive the groomers and you have to run the snow blowers, like the things that actually make the snow. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's one of those things that it's definitely novel, right? It sounds fun, but I don't know how fun it would be in practice. Before I forget, let's straighten this thing out. Right about like so. Brake is set. We'll go open this gate and, I mean, I guess what we could do is just move this straight up and into the hedge, and that'll open this up a little bit. And then we could go, all right, let's do this first. So we'll get this open to the hedge, and then we'll decide where we want to go left and right. Yeah, I enjoy this a lot more than I should. It's really, it's kind of a simple thing, but it's very satisfying. You know what I mean? I don't know. Could just be the novelty of it. Could be. Right, so we drop that, and let's move this forward. Right about here. Right? And then, now this gate, I'll show you. This gate right here is non-functional. So I guess what we could do is plow snow up sort of into it, since it doesn't work anyway. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll drive back here. And then here. Like so. All right. And then I guess one more and we'll open that gate, maybe? Now this one, how do we want to do this? Let's do this. Let's get this away from, you know what I mean? So it doesn't all pile up on the left. Let's do this. Yeah, get it away from that gate. Right? Right there. You know, it fascinates me as we're very carefully backing up here. It fascinates me to think how much damage you can do, like thousands and thousands of dollars of damage in an instant with equipment this big and this heavy. Because again, we're sim farmers, right? We're used to equipment like this, but this JCB 4000 and that plow on it, when you compare it like to the size of the driver inside it, this is a massive rig, and you could really, I mean, it's heavy, it's big, and you could really break some things very quickly if you bump them. Not even hit them, right? Not even hit them hard, just kind of nudged into them. You could do some damage. That's got to be on your mind. Whoa. It's got to be on your mind when you're driving a whip like this. Right, so we got one more little bit there. And now this is open. Okay. So then, what I'm trying to do is get to the shed to get the salt. There's nothing really over there that we need this winter. So let's set the brake. We'll get this gate open. And we could go, I guess we could go straight across and make a little pile here next to this wall. This gate does open or does not? This gate does open. And this is where our milk is going to spawn. But I think that will be further towards spring. I don't think we need to worry about access to that little area right there right now. Okay. So we go here. And now here's a question. Do we want to move the snow to the left, to the right, or straight? If we move it to the right, it's going to move it into that fence and gate. I don't think you do that in real life because then you wouldn't be able to close that gate. So let's not do it in sim either. So we're going to go this way, right? Lower that. And let's move it all away from there. Yeah, because you see what I mean. Back it up, back it up. There we go. You see what I mean. If we made a big pile on the right, it would block that gate. You wouldn't be able to move it. Particularly after it sits for a day or two and gets all consolidated and icy. You'd have no way to close that gate. Okay. So very carefully, in fact, I think I need to move it over a little bit. Like that. Take another swing at it. And now we got this open. Beautiful. Oi! Into the hedge. Lower that. Like so. Like that. All right. Continued progress. And now we need one more. I think easiest way to do this is to open this gate. Yeah, let's do this. So brake is off. This thing is straight. It is straight. We're going to lower. We're going to go this way. Right through here. And the new vehicle control add-on, the way that it's working is really, really feeling good. I feel like the last patch, I don't know, whatever it was a little jerky. It was sort of difficult to control the vehicles. But now it seems a lot smoother, and I personally can really feel the weight of the tractors, and I'm really enjoying that. So I closed that gate because we're going to open this gate, and we don't want our cows escaping. But what I'm going to do is just move a big pile of snow across the yard and right through that gate, and then we'll have a bit of a, you know what I'm saying? Bit of a little track. So we're going to lower that. Brake is off. And we're going to go right through here, I think, I hope. Now, if this were my farm, well, I guess it is my farm. If I wasn't recording this, I think I would just continue plowing the yard. But, you know, I like to mix it up for you a little bit. So we are going to get our gritter going as well. OCD. OCD. Let's trim these sides off. Yeah. So we'll move the snow that's on the sides of the gate there. We'll move that toward the center and then through the gate as well. All right, like that. Just neaten it up a little bit. All right, like that. All right. So yeah, if this was just my farm, I would probably continue plowing this yard, but I do want to get that gritter going as well, just because it's kind of a cool toy to play with. So, and then we bring this on the other side and get this through there as well. But yeah, those sort of piles on either side, that wasn't working for me. We need to be able to close this gate. So we go through there, lift that up, straighten that out, and then we'll slide this last little bit through. Right, like that. Now, I believe there's also an ice mask that you can add in seasons. And I noticed the tractors were really, like as I was getting that salt put away this morning, the tractors were really slipping around the yard. So I don't know if that ice mask is automatic with seasons or if you need to apply it, and if you can, in the same way that the mud mod, you remember the mud mod from 15 and 17, You could dial it up and down. You could have mud that was a little slippery. You could have mud that was very, very slippery. I don't know if it's the same is true with the ice mask, and you can set it to be a little bit slippery or a lot slippery. Yeah, that feels better. Feel good about that. All right. So our palette of de-icer of salt that we got is by Bag Brothers, and it's the same. We've been using their stuff for, like back here we have their lime, we've got their fertilizer, we have their seed pallets over at the arable farm. So that's a cool mod. Bag Brothers 2.0, I think it is. Oh, right. So I don't think we need to fold that, but we are going to now select that, open the cover, and these bags have a cool animation. They sort of unload from the pallet into the whatever you're putting them into. They sort of do that. Come on. I feel like we're stuck in reverse. What's going on here? We've got no forward gear. What's happening? This is interesting. We got that. Yeah, we're just there it goes. Okay. That was very interesting. We had no forward gears for a minute. Okay. So yeah, there's an animation where whatever's on the pallet, like, in fact, I'll try to pivot around here so you can see it a little better. Whatever's on the pallet, like, very slowly loads into whatever you're loading it into. About there. Set the brake. We'll lower this thing. No. We'll lower this thing. Even better. And then we'll fill it. It still feels like a Monday. It's a Wednesday for me. It still feels like a Monday. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Haven't been myself lately. But so it goes. And I'm also noticing, like, looking at the little Ford 40 over there on our right, we are using the Real Dirt Color mod. And I would say that is kind of a salty, crusty, snowy texture. So I think it adds textures for or colors, or however you want to say it. It adds them for not just dirt and manure and grass and various things, but also for winter weather as well. Very cool. Now this says it's got a 12-meter spread, and as far as I know, there's no way to adjust it. So I think one pass of the yard here at 12 meters is going to just about cover it. Let's see how we do. It doesn't quite look like 12 meters. No matter. All right, so we'll go through here. Don't hit the fence. Turn that off. Get backed up and turned around here. And now let's go this way first. And there's some weight to the snow. You can see us bumping over the piles there. I believe they use the same sort of functionality as the chaff and silage. You know, so it's got, in the same way that you can drive over bumps in the silage pit, I believe you can drive over bumps of snow. But it's the mechanics of it, however they pull it off, it works. It feels like you're driving over snow. Right. Don't hit the gate. And I think let's do one more, maybe two more in front of the shed door here. And I think that'll just about do it. I'll go in and clean up the rest of that, like what's in front of the cows. I'll clean that up off camera, or I'll just wait till spring and it'll go away by itself. It is, plowing snow, it is kind of I don't want to say a silly thing, but you don't really need to do it because it will melt on its own. Although, I was thinking about this morning as I was getting set up for this. If you played very, very realistic, like I think the longest you can play, check right now before I forget, the longest you can play is 6 days, 9 days, 21, 24-day seasons. You know, that is that's a slow play game. You're definitely committed to the long term at that point, right? So I think if you were going to have snow on the ground for that many days in your yard on your farm, it might make sense to plow because you'd have to be getting around on it for quite a while. For us, it's only a day or two, and I mean, you can drive on it. You can drive on the snow, no problem. But I think if you were playing, like as much as we think we play, oi, bump my tongs, as much as we think we play realistically, there are other people that play a lot more realistically. So that being the case, maybe some people do need to plow and do need to salt, or they really can't use their farm. You know, they can't get around as easily as we do. But for us, it's just kind of a fun thing to do. And I think, on that note, I mean, I will have to clean this up, even though it is going to melt. Oh, the slippy. I will have to clean this up. But, yeah, man, this is the Hauer snowpack. And I'm having a blast with it. I'll just plow this off camera. I'm having too much fun. We get zoomed in here and we'll call it. Right, set the brake. Zoom right in here, like so. Turn that off. There you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Greenwich Valley with Seasons. We'll see you next time. Take care now.